Now we want to add an audio line to the line we just put for Jack. So double click. As you can see, this is our voice file name. We want to go back to our Jack lines and find this line. Now we want to select our two lines again, our XWM file and our WAV file. Control C and Control V inside of our voice file in the Skyrim directory. And now we do the same thing. We copy the voice name file and we rename those two files. And now click OK and OK. And now we see this gray box show up. We want to now have our main force screen linked to this conversation so that in game the conversation can progress from here to here. Now select your yellow box here, the main conversation. In this gray area, you see that hand tool come up. We want to click and hold down and connect the two by dragging and dropping this arrow to the gray space on the next dialogue. And as you can see, this now leads to this. Now's a good time to save. Now I want to show you guys a common error with the creation kit. This is something I struggled with for months. And it's a good thing that it just happened so that if it happens to you guys, you know what's going on. As you can see here, the file name has just changed. After I exited the program and clicked OK, and went back to my object window and reopened, the file name generated to something different. This was the previous generation name that it gave me, but now it has changed. That is why it's good to always exit, clicking OK, before you input your dialogue. I struggled with that for so long, and I didn't realize that the creation kit was actually generating the wrong number. And I had to exit to the main menu here and reopen the quest in order to get the right generation number. So now I want to go back and I want to open this. And then after it has generated this longer number opposed to the one that it gave me, it's not going to change. I'm going to copy these again. And now rename it the same. Difficult creation kit. And now click OK. Now we want to reopen it again and generate our lib file. Select the line, hit From Wave, and Generate Lib File. And click OK. Now, as you can see, we have our second line of dialogue connected to our main, but I want the player to have multiple responses for his initial force screen. So now we're going to create a second one. And here is my second line. You can resize these by here, hovering your mouse over the right side or left side and minimizing this. It's a little easier to work with when they're all kind of small. I'm going to put that right under here, right next to this, and select my yellow, my main topic here, and drag and drop to that conversation. As you can see now, we have two responses for this main dialogue, and click OK. Now let's save and reopen our quest. And now we're going to input our XWM file and our WAV file. copy, Control V, select the voice file name, copy, and rename both of them. Now, when I click OK, OK, and I reopen it, we now want to generate our lib file again. Select, from Wave, generate lib file. Click OK, and OK, and OK. Now, we have one more to do, and it'll be the third response that the player can choose from. Same response from Jack, but in your NPC's case, you might have him be saying something different to each of the player's responses. It makes it more fun, and if your player was to play that conversation over again and select a different response, it would have a different answer by your NPC. But in this case, Jack says the same thing to each response.